And here we go.
That was good.
Hello. Good afternoon, everyone. Hello, welcome to Amazing Scale Modelers Across the Pond Hangout. I'm your host, Scratch and Jack. No, I'm not. I'm your host, Liam Dillon. Amazing Scale Modelers is a Google Plus and Facebook community of scale modelers reaching across all scale modeling genres and mediums and to encourage friendships from around the world. Today, we hope you will find it to be an important source of information about the hobby, hear something new, and see firsthand the scale modeling experience. Joining me today are the usual suspects to help me kill time and doing these things. If you want to join us, the live chat is open on the YouTube channel. So bring questions, comments, all are welcome today. And don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and suggest things for the show. Let me switch back.
Slow down and enunciate.
Balls.
Oh, leave him alone. He's a flaming stunt host.
There goes the PG rating.
I don't hang about, Lou. I go for it. It's an Irish thing. We speak rather quickly.
Yes. I need an English to English translator.
Oh, that's low. No, I'm not. No, I'm not that bad. I hope I'm not that bad. We'll see. Well, as the usual suspects are here, I mean, maybe I'll chat first of all about the ongoing builds. We still have the group builds for this year. We've got the wood build. There's the real space build and the
Nautical.
Nautical. I was thinking I was going to say naval, but that's a belly button. No, Nautical. Anyone got anywhere yet with plans for that, or should I? I'll start first. Here we go. Bear with me one second.
You go first. You're the host.
You go first.
And
So,
he's getting you to get him.
I've been saying on the previous hangout that I couldn't find a lunar module at a sensible price. They were all how much? But I managed to get one on my good friend Gumtree.
Oh,
Would you remember that astronomical?
Well, that's real space, I think, isn't it? Yep.
Yeah.
So
now, is that the Apollo? So that's just basically the Apollo. Just the
module.
Apollo.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the Eagle. So that's Apollo 11.
Yep. I was chatting to Radl about this. It's not the world's greatest kit, but I'm not worried. There are going to be no lights in this kit. No lights anywhere at all. There'll never be a light.
James needs the link.
Just going to add them in. Yes, I know what James needs.
Okay, go.
Add them in. I'll just add Jamie in. Wait 1 second. It's Jamie. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is live television. This is live television.
I'm not a great multitasker. There we go. We'll try this. Oh, it's not working. Why is it not working? Jamie, if you're trying to join in, Jamie, just click on the link. Because you're not on Facebook.
I think it's Mr. Frost.
Oh, James Frost. Sorry.
I got the Google.
Do we really want Jamie in after what he did to you, Liam? I mean, really?
I'm not worried.
Time runs all heels.
It won't. It's not allowing me to add anyone. Why is it not allowing?
You want me to try?
If you just copy and paste the link to him.
Just send James the link.
Yeah, it's just refusing at my end.
Send him the link.
Oh, there he is.
There he is. There he is.
I'm here.
Throw him a rope.
Good morning. Good
morning, James.
That's my build for the region space part of the group builds this year. In all our news, bear with me again. A certain
I don't think he's prepared.
Right, headphones. A certain ghost from my past I came across. If you remember, Jack sent me a Kiara kit.
Yeah.
A while back, yes, which based on a particular film. I'm not saying the word. I'm not saying that word.
It's not that red car, is it?
It might be that red car, yes. But like talking about the Scottish play, we're not going to mention the name of the car. So,
I don't know what you're talking about. Certain Plymouth.
Yes. So I'd always said I would go back to it and build it again, but the kit was so damaged over time because of the number of times I shoved the paint off it.
So it's your own chapter of the Fast and the
Yes.
Furious.
So I was on, again, my friendly Gumtree, which is our local sort of people sell stuff online. And I found this. So
58 Plymouth Belvedere.
yes,
It doesn't have the badging though, right?
It doesn't have that word on it.
No, it doesn't.
No, I'm hoping that there's no curse or exorcism required or anything else. So at some stage this year, I will go back to the Plymouth Belvedere. That's my plans for this year, apart from other things that are happening.
The power of Christ compels you.
Yes,
The
I
power
know.
of Christ compels you.
So I'm hoping that I have no further ghostly events with that car build later on, but that'll be Easter time or something. Got formed back to that. So who wants to? Well, let's start from my Google left. Bob, how are you? Good morning.
Me?
Bob.
Bob.
Phil needs link.
Phil needs a link.
Can someone for some reason it won't let me paste it to him?
I think Bob has muted himself. I don't know.
Yeah.
I can't see anything.
Well,
No, he's just miming.
well, wait.
Between chat and here.
Okay,
That's all
sorry.
the chat is people on the links.
Yeah. Which is what I'm
And
trying to
Wayne's
get
on there
forward
also.
Apologies.
Apologies, Phil.
Right,
George is
I'll-
on there. I don't know if he wants it or not.
I'll put the link's now posted on the chat page, so it should be no problem. Hello everybody. Again, they're on the chat side of things as well. Got that going now too. So Phil,
You're out there.
and the link should be there. So everyone should get on from that now. Apologies again. Sorry about that. Technical hitches. I'm not a practiced, whatever the word is. Back to Bob again. Bob, can you hear? You can talk? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah. What have you been up to since your last?
Well, I'm working on the
Harrier?
Hawker Harrier 50th anniversary group build. And I haven't got very far. Just got the
What a beautiful aircraft.
started. I got the monogram kit for the AV-8B, the American McDonnell Douglas version. Working on that. And I'm working on this other little thing. Oh.
Wow.
Oh, that little?
A 148 steel B-58 Hustler.
Yeah.
That's not little. That's not little. It looks beautiful,
Same
Bob.
scale as this one.
Oh, look at the size difference for crying out loud.
Yeah.
Mhm.
God, Bob.
What period is that? Is that the 60s or 70s, Bob?
The 50s and 60s, yeah.
60s, right?
Early SAC.
That's a lot of
This was
link.
the,
That looks like a
bomber that-
Bond villain. A
Plus
Bond
Mark
villain
II.
plan.
won the Bendix Trophy and all that kind of stuff. It also has the great big, is the fuel pod that goes underneath.
Wow. That looks like either a Bond or a Johnny Quest villain.
And that probably got just dropped at some stage during flight. Yeah.
They could, yeah. Actually,
The landing wheels on that, Bob?
yeah. They're in the box.
Oh, that's a big beast. That is huge.
Here's one of the main gear.
God, even the landing gear is bigger than the flaming aircraft. God. My God, Father.
What's the scale on
Yeah, I
that?
was debating for a while whether to do it gear up or gear down. And then the eBay gods gave me a second kit for like $30. So the guy had already started it and done the gear base. So all had to be scratch built. So this one is now gear down.
Nice.
You're building two.
So I'm building 2 of them.
Oh, good God. So one's flying, one's on the ground.
Right. And
You know what? Those hustlers, they are beautiful. I mean, I built one of them many years ago. And I'll still say it's one of the best looking aircraft out. Even though it's a 50s, 60s aircraft, it's still one of the best. Next to the B-52, of course.
there's the canopy I got all masked up there. That's the last thing I did was process of getting it all buttoned up so I get it in primer.
Yeah.
Those things were silver, weren't they, Bob? Like
Oh,
really bright silver.
Just a single pilot? Or was there any other crew?
3 crew
Uh,
over?
I think there's 3
It's,
crew, I think.
It was a 3-man crew.
Right.
The model doesn't depict it. You can get aftermarket parts for it. But the navigator sat in a crew compartment right here. And then the electronic countermeasures officer and defensive weapons operator. 3rd cockpit right here.
Where did distorters?
The guys in the back just got daylight indicators for windows.
Yeah, that's all I had was just those tiny little. And here's the one hatch here. And the one here.
Wowzer.
And then get back up.
Unbelievable.
Chunky. Yeah.
Incredible.
The miniature James Stewart sitting there.
Yes. Oh, there he is. Yes.
Yeah. Jimmy Stewart.
I was just about to say, damn, the painting on that was good.
The thing I'm doing is the one that he did a deck ride in.
Didn't Jimmy Stewart serve on one of them?
Oh, he
was a reserve officer at that time.
All right.
They did a movie.
There's the beat.
Yeah.
God, look.
That fuel pod is just insane.
Whoever did that, that's impressive.
Or is that the real aircraft?
Inside the fuel pod, they can eject it, and then that's where the genie, the fuel pod. Plus, it can carry 4 other big bombs on the outside on racks. One thing I thought was kind of cool about it is it has actual celestial navigation equipment on it.
Was that a machine gun in the back of the tail?
It was I think it sits right here. Navigation dome. And it had a little computer. It automatically could navigation on it.
Just using the stars.
The stars are the sun.
Yeah.
There's a landing gear.
Unbelievable.
Back where we were.
Unbelievable. Didn't that thing break Mark 2?
Oh yeah. This was the fastest operational bomber. It won the Bendix trophy and all that. All those other speed record trophies. These things were bare to get fit on there. Probably because the kit's so old.
Right, son.
On and come straight. Then that takes us to where we're at on it.
It's just
the only other aircraft to beat that thing was an SR-71. The only aircraft that beat the Hustler was the SR-71.
Is that a build for yourself, Bob, or is that for a competition against just a self build?
Probably I'll take it to the shows when it's done, hopefully. A little more seam work to do, getting some of the edges cleaned up, and then give it a bath and get it into primer. Lots and lots of
Incredible.
tiny, shiny paint.
Yeah.
I've always said this since day one. Both Bob and Randall are master crafts when it comes to their airplanes. I've got deep respect for both Bob and Randall, because both of them do fantastic aircrafts. It makes it. Bob looks at Bob when Bob finished. Well, when Bob helped me with my Sabre, it's brilliant. And I still haven't finished that yet. I've got to put the decals on that yet.
You haven't finished it? I finished mine a year ago.
I know. I've been too busy building cars.
Yeah, I was just asking what scale it was, Bob. Is it
148 scale?
148 scale, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. One option I could go with on this would probably be almost sacrilegious, but a couple of these were actually painted in the Southwest or Southeast Asian camo.
Oh,
To Vietnam.
Hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Different. It might stand out, but it might be less grease than trying to get an aluminium variation.
Yeah, I might do the other one. Maybe I'll do the other one in the camo.
Yeah.
It'll definitely stand out at the show.
Hmm.
To do one in the camo, because everybody
would do
does this.
polished aluminum one, yeah.
Is that you, Bob?
For me, the Harrier and that one, I still haven't built the base for the Daedalus yet, so it's just still hanging out here till I get the base built.
From the big and the small.
Yeah. That's all I've got.
Okay, as usual, as Heath says, great stuff. So, and speaking of Heath, what are you up to, Heath? Are you anything new, exciting?
It's been so hot over here. I've had hardly any time. I mean, the past 2 days, it's been like 41 degrees over here, and the sun's just too damn hot. I can't even go outside to flame and do painting. It's just too darn hot. I can't.
Are you're in South Australia?
Yeah, I'm in South Australia. Yeah.
So yeah, I wasn't
It's
sure.
too hot.
Yeah, I know Sydney's horrendous, but crazy stuff.
The thing is, I have been trying to get some modelling done. I'm halfway through my Lotus 99T, which is the yellow camel one. And that's to go alongside my JPS one, my JPS Lotus. What else have I got? I managed to salvage my original Jordan engine because I've got another Jordan F1 model that I'm doing. So I'll be able to put the engine into that one and save the engine for another one, for another car or something like that. But right now, what I'm trying to concentrate on is basically my 99T. Then I've got the Titanic to build after I finish those two Formula One cars. And I've got to start making a go on the Titanic, because I got that for a Secret Santa from Mr. David Lazenby. Hello, Dave, if you're out there.
He was a bit there, but he's suffering from some lurgy. So
yeah, everybody's suffering from a lurgy these days. No, I'm just waiting for the weather to cool down a bit, just so I can just finish up, give my body shell on the Lotus another paint of camel yellow, because it's not exactly. Who the hell is this?
That's welcoming.
But no, I haven't hardly done anything. Not this week anyway. Not this fortnight anyway. But guaranteed I will be doing some more. I'll be doing some more very, very short. Hopefully on Monday I might be able to get some more done. So, yeah. But that's it from me, unfortunately.
still, just let me. That's him sorted. That's okay.
What the?
Don't know who he was. It's now being chucked. It's when you're public.
Take the link
like-
back down off the chat.
Yeah.
Or are you going to get that all the way long?
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, it's just like flapping the model shop sometimes.
Or they'll
Get some.
play you all day long.
If we move on to Mr. Frost, who hopefully isn't covered in frost in Toronto.
Well, it's actually been pretty mild here the last couple of days. +3 right now, so. But it's been real cold. I haven't got a lot done in modeling. The thing is now is I'm waiting for stuff. I've got Arduino Mini coming. And I got some fiber optics and some LEDs I'm waiting for. So everything's sort of hung up a bit.
Well, that's the time of the year, I think. We seem to be getting quite a few visitors.
You might want to delete those links, Liam.
Yeah.
Links where in the
chat on YouTube.
Okay.
And so the only thing one thing I did get this week. So I haven't got I haven't got anything really to show you. Hopefully I'll have more later on. But I'm sort of hung up waiting for stuff. One thing I can show you is I did pick up a new template this week. And where's my screen here? Okay, application window. Share. No.
Oh, look, it's in Korean.
Not this one. Wrong one. Stop sharing. Ah, okay. I know where it is. Okay. That's why. Okay. Now we get back here and we'll try that again. Application. Here we go. How about a 1/12 scale Millennium Falcon cockpit?
Bloody hell.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Jeez. Please.
That looks like fun.
Yeah.
Fully lit, of course.
Is that paper?
That's paper.
Yeah.
You could be tempted, Heath. You could be tempted.
Yeah.
I ain't doing that.
After you've built that, do you build the rest of the Falcon to add to it?
Come to the paper side.
No, it's compatible.
Oh, that's right.
It's compatible with your 1/12 figures.
Action figures, yeah.
Yeah.
Is that surface detail or is it purely?
It's a mix.
Right.
There's 3D detail as well as printed detail.
I've often thought if you have a paper template,
yeah,
could you not transfer that to plastic?
I get this one asked to me thousands of times.
Yeah.
The problem is you would have to redesign the whole model because it's designed with the paper medium, and you will find that if you were to straight transfer it, it wouldn't go together right.
I thought about
the material.
Yeah, thickness of the material, and that all the materials are based on the thickness. So if you increase the thickness, your fits are going to be way off.
All your folds will screw. Yeah.
I know the Interstellar kit doesn't seem to be available anymore, and I had seen a very good paper version of it.
Yeah.
Tempted to have a go at some stage, but again, and it's very angular. There's no curves in it as such. You see.
Yeah.
So I thought, well, it's an idea. I might look at it.
But that's one I get all the time from styrene people, and the end result is that it just does not translate well for a lot of these models.
as always, it just doesn't look like paper. So
Yeah. But I mean, there's tons of 3D detail in here. This is from one of my
building a Falcon. That would be useful as a reference.
Oh, sure, as reference for.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's just beautiful what they did with this. But
If you could
2 days work there.
shrink it down and print it on decal paper, it would be great for
Detailing.
small scale.
Oh, it's a giant outside. That's incredible. You know what?
That's
Is that an expensive template?
no, it's free template.
A free one? My God.
Yeah.
That's months of work designing it.
Yeah.
In the first place.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This would probably take you 3 or 4, maybe 5 months to build.
I've seen that one. There's a video on YouTube or on Facebook this week again about the guy who did the full scale, not full scale, but the large scale aircraft. Is it a? I don't think there was a Boeing or was it an Airbus? But the thing, I mean, everything is made. The seats, the doors open, the undercarriage work.
Oh, is that the one by the guy that did it all without using manila folders?
Yeah. Yes.
Yes. That is a fantastic piece of engineering, that model. Yeah. He built everything. He got built from the plans, and he built everything up in full detail.
I'm just looking at the minute at Lou's face.
Mm-hmm.
He looks interested in the paper model. Or perhaps I'm not. I know. Yeah, there you go. But,
I'm sitting there looking at this, and this would be quite the thing if you were to light up all the paneling.
Oh, yeah. Cool.
I mean, it would go through hundreds of feet, I think, of fiber to do it, but
I would imagine that has to have some sort of underpinning that is not paper.
No.
Like, some sort of skeleton that you're putting the paper.
Well, you build a whole superstructure.
Yeah.
There's a whole framework, and it's all paper card. You use card of different thicknesses. But there's all
framework for the windows. There's got to be some wood or styrene in the midst of all that.
Nope.
That's astounding.
Papers. Don't forget, paper's made of trees.
Yeah.
James,
so is toilet paper, but that doesn't mean I'm going to build a model out of it.
You get an idea there. You can see in that shot at the top of the screen where the window
see the framework and then the.
But the fact that it didn't distort or warp or anything is something big, something that big to hold its shape.
Oh yeah, once you get the structure in, it's strong. It's amazingly how strong it is. Once you start getting all the superstructure in that in.
Is that window shot there? Is the stuff that's on the inside of those channels? Is that just print?
Which these?
Yeah,
it's just a printed sheet there.
Yeah. So what is that?
That's just folded.
Yeah. But what I mean is the detail that's inside those channels.
Yeah. It probably looks like it's built up.
Yeah.
It's built up. All that detail in there is 3D and built up.
Oh. James, you said it would take you months. In my case, that would be years.
Yeah. The hard part would be building the drool cup.
Yes. But that's just Oh, I've seen some impressive paper kits, but I think that takes a biscuit.
Yeah. But it looks like a fun. For me, it looks like a fun build.
Yeah, for me, it looks like a visit to the psychiatrist.
Yeah. It would be a fascinating video to watch, but I don't think I could do it.
I'd be at the end of it. I think so. Well, no, if that's in your plans for the future, then we'll be watching closely to see how that one goes. That's incredible.
Yeah.
So
fairly certain I just heard Tweaky from Buck Rogers.
I know. Yeah. That's me just gibbering at the thought of building that. Also, yeah.
But that's no different than some of my other builds. It's not, I look at that one and that's lots of detail, but it doesn't look that overly complicated. I think I've had other builds that were more complicated than that one.
It's just a combination of the techniques.
Yeah.
I tell you what, James, I would get stymied on building a paper model of the monolith. I think that's about my level of building paper models.
Of skill?
I could do a monolith. Maybe.
I think if you can do photo etch, you could do paper.
Well, there's your answer.
Yeah, exactly.
Are you writing her off now just because you're no good at photo etch?
James, we find it hard enough closing an envelope. So
folding a hanky 3 times to sneeze is tough.
Oh, dear. No, we always bow to your paper abilities, no questions. Is that you for the moment? So I'll move on.
That's me for the moment. Yes.
As we sit here, stupefied, Louis, what are you up to?
Oh, is it my turn?
It is your turn. Yes, you're next on the list. Oh, sorry, you were awake. Sorry, I should have warned you.
Well, from my point of view, I've got 2 more folks ahead of me, but that's okay.
I just go with the flow with feel across the bottom of the screen. You're next on.
This week we had some snow in contrast to East. Way too hot. It's been way too cold here, and we had some snow, and that kind of put everything on hold because the only way they know how to get rid of snow here is to let the sun melt it. So,
there's some strange white stuff descending from the sky.
Exactly. So I took the opportunity while I was snowed in to make a friend. And this is the friend I made this week.
BB-8.
This is the Bandai half scale.
Holy mackerel. That's a big kit.
Yeah.
And it's not folded paper. It is round plastic. Static kit. I mean, it doesn't do any of the features that a BB-8 would do, but it's going to be a perfect springboard to practice weathering on, and I'm going to throw as many LEDs into it as I possibly can fit. It's a good springboard kit, but of course it's Bandai, so it comes all apart. There's not a bit of glue here.
Yeah. You should be able to detail that one up to the max, I would think.
Yeah. I'm gonna do all as many details as I can fit in it, but that should be a fun.
What sort of cost is that in the States?
That's about 150, 175, something like that.
That's not bad for that size.
No, and of course, like I said, it's a Bandai, so it's all molded plastic. There's not a lick of paint on this yet.
Imagine what the UK price would be, Randall.
We'd probably be.
But I'm going to do things like light up the torch so it actually is a light instead of a piece of plastic and things like that.
Yeah.
Probably wouldn't be much change out of £250.
Yeah.
But then we actually tend to be here when we get stuff from Japan. With import duty, for some reason, it seems they love slapping it on stuff from the States, but I've had the odd Japanese kit sneak through without any import duty on it.
Yeah, well,
Chinese stuff, no problem.
Like Japanese. And work continues on the Franklin.
Ooh.
At the last minute, yesterday, I got Ralph's lighting kit in the mail, so I've started adding the lighting to it.
Is it a new lighting kit or is it an existing?
It's a new lighting kit for this. It's got a couple of specific features, but it's an adaptation of his NX lighting kit.
Right.
With the nacelles being all orange in this case.
Yeah. Your optical fiber looks quite thick.
What's that, Liam?
Your optical fiber looks quite thick.
Yeah, I'm going thicker than normal because it's not just for windows. There are a series of thrusters on the bottom that I'm going to be lighting up with the fiber optics. So I wanted to go with a really thick, beefy, noticeable. Any bigger, they would have been their own bulbs. But I wanted to go with a nice, beefy, thick fiber optic there, since there's room for it.
You wouldn't have gone nano LEDs to achieve the same.
I did use the nano LEDs for the red and green blinkers and that kind of stuff, but no, it's the idea is this: they're all thrusting at the same time, and the best way to do that is to put everything into the same light source.
True. Would you flicker it, or would it be a constant?
Yeah, there's going to be a flicker in them.
Right. Okay. Excellent. Nice. And was that a released version of the kit, or is that a preview you got?
It's a test shot. It's going to be probably February or March before it is released.
Here it'll be May or June before we would see it, probably. But oh well. It's a Shenzhou. I hope they do the Shenzhou. That's the one I would like to do.
Yeah, they don't have the license for the Discovery. I don't know if anybody does. The Shenzhou is a nice design. The more I see of it, the more I like it. I like it better than the roulette wheel Discovery.
Yes, which is although the series itself is fantastic, the current episodes, but
the last 2 episodes have been pretty darn good. Almost make up for the rest of the season.
For anyone who hasn't seen it, we won't reveal any spoilers. There we go.
No, but if they'd have started with these 2 episodes as the pilot, yeah, I think it really would have been something.
Yeah, but I think in many respects maybe it was deliberate to try and build it, but then we'll see. We'll see. But although the Shenzhou is available, the Starships line, the Starship Collection.
That's the Eagle Moss kit. Yeah.
Yeah, you can get it on that. So they always have a license, but.
Yeah, the Eagle. I mean, but those are die cast. Those aren't models.
Yeah, and they're taking this. Was it up to 115 now? I think it is. So, yeah, it's just crazy. I know people who have them all, and like they literally have a display size wall. It's getting insane. Yeah. And you see a lot of them on eBay where people have decided that no, I don't want them anymore. I'm selling 52 of them or whatever it may be. So
yeah, I've never gotten into subscription services like that.
It's like the Agostini Millennium Falcon. I mean, in fact, that's £1,000.
Yeah,
or $1,500 by the time you build it, but it's expensive each week. Is that you for the moment, Mr. Dean?
That's me for the moment.
Okay, I'll move on to Mr. Lewis. Hi, Phil. How are you?
And a sec.
Phil, that was for you. If you.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, I was expecting Randall next.
See, I said a month ago.
Caught me by surprise. He's next time.
Yes.
I don't know.
He
anyway,
comes before R.
Yeah, it's the adrenaline. The adrenaline helps when you're presenting.
Yeah. Panic. Yeah. I haven't been doing a huge amount of modelling except for this week when I decided, well, you've probably all seen the post of what arrived in the post. A very, very large Millennium Falcon, which I was very pleased about.
Covering his ears.
Yeah. I shall not name the manufacturer. Actually make a start on something a little smaller, which is the .144 scale. I know that's upside down, but the bits will fall out if I turn it the right way up. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Again, that's
I'm not into flipping tables, so
that also from the company that shall not be named.
Yeah, from the same company that shall not be named. Yes, yeah.
The company's name is Christine.
Yes.
No.
or should it just be called
Incorporated?
Or should it just be called Bob?
Bob.
Oh, we already have a Bob, so we can't. So, so I've been working on the cockpit, and I've sort of got it dry.
I got to say, after seeing the paper one, I'm not impressed.
I know. It's not quite the same, is it? I was just set up to be a disappointment, really, when that was shown. So there we go. It's a little out of focus. I don't know why it's not focused.
But yours has lights in it.
It's just
yes, mine does have light. Yes. It's not on the same scale.
That's a sweet job of lighting.
I drilled it all out because that's the original cockpit back wall.
Yeah.
You can't light anything else because all the detail is actually in the outer, molded onto the inside of the outer walls.
Exactly.
So you can't put lighting on the inside around it.
Yeah,
but
I chickened out. I just put a little bulb on the floor and shone it up at the ceiling.
Yeah. But I thought, how far can I go? Because it's the first time I've tried doing anything with. It's one of these.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm going to have to change that because that won't fit inside it. And I'm probably going to have to cut some of these off and rewire it a bit.
That shall not be named would charge you $29 for that.
It probably would do, yeah. And it's the first time I've used fiber optics. Of course, I got the tip from you guys, and it's one of these.
Best way to start. Learn with one of those.
Yep. 0.3 mil.
Looking for one of those and couldn't find any around.
Yeah.
I'm knocking everything over. Bear me a second. So that was interesting because I used a 0.3 mil drill bit in a pin vise to drill all the holes.
And how many of them did you go
through? 2.
Oh, well, good for you.
I'm on mistake. So I only broke one, which was my ham fists,
Oh, yeah.
Sort of trying to be a bit too enthusiastic. Then tried pushing the fiber optics through, and they didn't want to go. So they are probably fractionally over. So I've had to order myself, because I ordered a set of 0.3 mil, 10 0.3 mil drill bits, thinking I was going to get through a lot of them. And
you never have too many of them. You'll be glad you have them.
Indeed.
Yeah. Well, I ended up buying a set of 10.4 mil because it would. I tried a 0.35, it still wouldn't go through with that, so I had to do 0.4. So it's a little bit looser, but anyway, yeah. With the manufacturer's kit that shall not be named, you get the figures, Finn, and you get Chewie and Han. Now I also have. Excuse me, bear with me a second. Try not to.
Oh no, it's gone. Come back.
I'm back. Also bought that as well.
Ah.
You're just going to be up to your elbows in Falcons.
Yeah. I do seem to have a bit of a collection. And I was going to put the Han and the Chewie figure in that.
They'll not fit.
Back there.
And I did spot there was a bit of an issue. Let's see if I can screen share.
Well,
yeah. Spot the difference. They're supposed to be the same scale. Yeah. But I did realise what was actually wrong with the fine molds one. The seats are too far back. They're too high. The floor's too high. And I reckon I'm going to just have to scratch build a cockpit for it. Scratch build one.
Wait till you dive into that 70-second scale cockpit and see how much different it is from the fine molds.
Yeah. Shapeways still available?
I don't really want to be forking out. I did have a look. And if I wanted to fork out an extra 12, 13 quid, I could have the floor and the seats, but then I'd have to fork out another nearly £12 for the back wall. And for something that's probably not going to be that well seen, I think I'd rather scratch build it.
Yeah.
Not that I'm stingy or anything.
Oh, no,
well, yes, I am stingy. But, let me see. I just need to get back to.
So the left-hand picture is the which kit?
Sorry, the left-hand one is the manufacturer the company that cannot be named. The Force Awakens one.
Right. Okay.
And the unpainted one is the fine molds. Well, it's the Revel.
It's the Revel.
Of the fine molds.
Right. Disappointing. It's the first time I've seen a picture of it, and it looks like nothing.
There is actually a control panel to go on these two pegs on the front. I don't know if you can see those.
Yeah.
Can you see me pointing at it, by the way? Or
No, it's
Yeah.
static.
no? Okay. There's two little pegs on the very front of the floor where the foot pedals are, and you have a control panel thing that doesn't actually look like the real thing. So I'm probably going to end up having to do a full scratch build of that. I'm not going to go absolutely mad on it, but I just want to get it looking reasonably right. And
when I was
so,
doing the fine mold 144, I came to the same conclusion that the only way to do it would be to scratch build.
I know where you get one out of
Yeah.
paper.
The only thing I see from the fine mold kits were the seats.
You could fit the entire that and have plenty of room to spare on that paper one. So there we go. That's really what I've been doing. I don't know if this sort of little did mine go off or something?
Nope. No, it's still there.
That's strange. Oh, it's all right. My webcam controls just came back. I wasn't sure whether you'd lost my picture. I've got the. Yeah, it's. Can you see that? It's just the very tiny one. 1,440th.
Yeah.
It's one that it's a. Was it? Oh, what is it now? What 14,000 or something, or 1,440th scale. I just got some paint on it, and I don't know if you can really see it that well. That's something that I just did it. Yeah. I originally undercoated that with black. The my mix, which is like it was actually of Tamiya XF1 white and a bit of deck tan, and you just spray that over the top, and it comes out as a grey because it's still slightly translucent. So that's the only other thing I've done.
Bob's just commented about the evil panda lurking over your left shoulder.
The evil panda, yes, he's keeping an eye on me.
All pandas.
Yeah, it is looking a bit battered. That's sooty. That's
childhood memory.
That is my. He's got wear marks where I used to hold on to him, and
nice one.
And he's looking rather threadbare, but
love. He's loved. That's what it is. He's loved.
Yes, he's very loved.
That you felt up to the present then?
I think that's it, really. I mean, I don't know if I won't show you the box because that'll probably get crushed under the weight of it.
It's a big box.
But funny,
it's a big box.
I have a box of something that's probably going to be here in a couple of weeks' time, which is the 1/72nd scale C57D.
Oh, that's a big box.
It's a big box, but apparently it's slightly damaged. But I got it again. Another friend is clearing out some of his stash, and I managed to get a hold of it. So hopefully, a couple of got it for a very reasonable price as well. He had it on eBay. Not one person bid on it. So he agreed to sell it to me on his buy it now price. So I'm happy with that. So, but I know it's huge, and I've chatted to Randall about there are issues with it.
You're going to need to add on to your garage there.
Yes, I know it's a coffee table, 28 inches across. Yes,
that's one of the issues. The other being the fact that upper and lower
segmented
are divided into 4 quadrants, which
big old seams.
It'll be fine, yeah. Randall.
Get a gallon jug of Bondo.
Natural metal finish. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, it's when I saw the size of. I thought the box would be big. When I saw the size of the box, it's actually bigger than the 350 Enterprise box.
Yes.
So, but that'll be something for a future hangout when it arrives. I wonder who's left. Oh, Randall.
Randall.
Oh, me. All right.
Yeah.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, Randall.
Hello. Hi, Randall.
Well, I haven't seen you all year.
What have you been up to? What you were complaining that your mojo was feeling a bit.
Yeah,
Yes,
I kind of got myself burned out before Christmas, and then with Christmas and New Year and everything else, everything, it just kind of, I never got near the modeling bench, but I did manage to finish something just before Christmas. I don't know if I've shown this before. A wee Yickle Wildcat.
That's 132nd scale, isn't it? Oh my god.
144 scale. With an annoyingly clear canopy. I wish to God I had put a seat inside that thing.
It's always the way.
Yeah.
When you want them clear, they're not.
That is petite. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Especially when you see it beside its big brother here.
Yes.
148 scale.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's crazy. I know. The guy in Scotland, Gary Bottoms. Gary builds one fourth scale, and it's incredible what he does with them. It's a scale at which I shall not venture.
It's fun if you just want straight out of the box, but the way Gary does his, you look at his 144 scale Spitfire that he did a few years ago, and he detailed the engine, the cockpit.
Yeah.
Look at it, you would thought it was 48 or larger.
I think he has an electron microscope in his workshop.
Yeah, I saw that one.
I think he has, yeah.
Yeah.
Or he builds very large models and then shrinks them.
Yes.
See, that's the way to do it.
Have you been to see that film this weekly? Is someone put that idea in your head? No.
Yeah.
Anything else, Randall? I mean, I know you had started on.
I did manage to get my mojo back, and I made a start on the old Glencoe Explorer 1, 1/6 scale. This is a kit I've had in the stash for quite a few years.
1/6 scale.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
It's not be huge then.
It's not terribly big, no, because the thing itself wasn't very big.
Well, if it was 60 foot tall, 1/6 scale would be 10 feet.
Well, that would be the missile that launched it, the Jupiter 2, or sorry.
Oh, sorry, it's only
It's just the satellite.
Yeah, it's just the satellite part. Yeah.
Right.
Thankfully. If I could build a 1/6 scale Jupiter C missile, I think the neighbors would be getting a bit.
You'd have the government on you, I think.
You'd be like that guy that built the Ark Royal.
Yeah.
In Cornwall. 1/72nd scale.
That's it.
Full radio control Ark Royal. Amazing.
Oh, yeah.
But,
as I said, I bought this kit years and years ago, and for some strange reason, I cut off all the parts from the sprue.
Well, you have to.
Yeah. The unfortunate thing was, in the intervening years, I lost the instructions.
Oops.
So, yeah, trying to work out where all the internal pieces all go together was kind of fun, but thankfully I was able to find instructions online and download them. But unfortunately, without a part with them detached from the sprue and even using the parts map, it was kind of hard to try and figure out which piece went where.
Well, and this is the mechanics of it.
That's the spin thing, isn't it? The
original Explorer 1 satellite was spin stabilized at something like 700 RPM, and when they brought this kit out, probably very shortly after the thing was launched, they decided that it had to have a working function. So they put all this together, crank the handle, and the
700 RPM
rotates. but I don't think it'd be able to ever be able to match 700 RPM with it.
Yeah, you gotta watch grabbing that handle.
Yeah. And you get these wires to replicate the antenna.
I was wondering what the thing sticking at the side of the picture was.
A mixed media kit.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, the earliest mixed media. Oh, I'm mooning at you.
Optional. Moon is optional.
Yes.
One of your astrological photographs.
This is the size of it when it's finished.
Ah.
And the white paint's making it glare on the screen there. Sorry about that, guys.
Jay's just commenting in the chat that he thinks the instructions are wrong. It shouldn't be black, it should be dark green with the stripes.
Yeah, there is some in some of the images of the original. It did look a bit greenish that I've come across, but most of the documentation I've seen about it said it was actually like a dark aluminium oxide color or something. Or it had,
photographs can be very deceptive, so
yeah. But if I can get this to open without it falling apart, it's only just friction fit at the minute. But
Well, it wouldn't be the first kit to put more color in the illustration to sell paint.
oh yeah. You can't even see the inside, just glaring that much. But
Yeah.
oh, stop closing. Yeah, we're holding
and
it up.
it stays open, obviously, for obvious reasons. Oh, nice one, Randall.
There you go. Oh,
Masking that framework on the inside was fun.
yeah.
I'll bet.
I can imagine.
You get the tank here for well, it's not really a tank. It was actually a solid rocket motor, but
Nice aluminum work there.
it's a wee bit pebbly finish. I really shouldn't have been spraying it in this cold weather. And of course, there's just about, where's my finger? There it is, just about there. There's a tiny nubbin of plastic that I missed. So a wee bit more polishing and respraying. But,
Are you going to weather it at all, or
not really, because the thing didn't exist in an environment that had seen much weathering.
true?
It never re-entered. It never came back down again. It was America's first satellite.
Oh, factory fresh.
Released the first successful satellite, anyway. They tried to launch Vanguard earlier, but it rather spectacularly blew up on the pad.
If it doesn't get to orbit, it doesn't quite qualify as a satellite.
Yep. And it was also the first satellite that actually did something useful when it was up there, apart from going beep or killing a small dog.
Yeah.
It was the third satellite altogether that was launched into space, but it went on to discover the Van Allen radiation belts, which Apollo moon hoaxers seem to think we can't fly through or around. But yep, that's my first real space foray this year. Hopefully, I'll have it finished in time for the anniversary of the launch at the end of the month.
Yeah.
60th anniversary.
Nice one.
So,
Anything? Sorry.
as I say, all the just hold this up.
Ah,
Painting by hand, all these bits and pieces.
bits and pieces. Yeah.
Is it all spray painting, or is that brush?
Base coat of German red brown for the I don't know what sort of plasticky material that they used on the thing, and fortunately the old hairy stick for the rest of the stuff, because trying to mask all those individual cylinders,
Yeah.
and spraying would have, well, in that way madness lies.
I say it looks like the bottom of vacuum tubes.
Yeah, pretty much. I think I might have a picture of the internals as they appeared. There's the original.
Oh, you're right.
Small?
Yeah, it wasn't that big.
It was actually the fourth stage, really, of the rocket. There was the main Jupiter C, which was more or less just an overgrown V2 missile. Then there was like a cluster and there was a drum about the size of a refrigerator sat on top of that, with a cluster of rockets, and then a smaller cluster of rockets inside that, and then this was perched on top.
I'd have thought that was a scale model of the real things.
No, it was.
Or a huge man.
It's a scene from Land of the Giants.
Yeah.
Is that you up to date, or have you any plans for anything else coming up?
Well, there's your parts. Yeah.
This is pretty much it for now. I have other things I want to do this year, if only just to build more models than I built last year.
Yeah, we all agree on that one.
Yeah. So this is I don't know, a mock-up or something like that of the actual internals.
Well, I mean, you're probably the first one to get into the real space build then this year.
I think I'm the first off the block anyway. I doubt very much I'll be the last.
No.
Anyway, that's me.
Okay, yep, excellent as always. Wade has joined us.
Yeah.
Hi Wayne, how are you?
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, indeed.
Yes.
And your flashing headset.
Okay. I just had to decide in my flat. I need to make it because I think I've got the environmental health officer coming around.
Your sound's a little bit low. I'll try and boost you a bit. Hold on.
Yeah, it could be the Wi-Fi. It could be the internet connection. And I'm a bit.
Oh, you're a bit louder now.
Okay. I'd say just having a bit of a tidy up because we've got the environmental health officer coming around some point this month. So just have a bit of a spruce up, going through my stash and all that, see what I've got hidden. So
No building happening then.
oh, there is. It's I've had to stop now because I've ordered some paints.
Sounds like a bit of spring cleaning.
Yeah, well, I had to get in early before because I have. That's what so far I've built on that Panther.
Why does the gun look longer than usual?
It's an experimental.
That's a hell of a gun.
Yeah, it's an experimental one.
You can drive up to it and put the muzzle where you want it to shoot and just let go from there.
Yeah. So, but I'm going to be using this book for the camouflage.
Oh, nice, yeah.
Which I had to get from Australia, which was strange because the minute I got that book, they re-released it in Britain.
Of course.
It's always the way.
Always
Yeah.
the way.
Yeah.
You'll find it local and cheaper.
I've been digging through my stash and I've decided to dust this one off and start this.
Oh, nice, yeah. That's a 148, is it?
Ooh.
Yeah, and it's the clear version as well.
Clear version?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, they did a clear version of the fuselage or something like that for the.
Yeah.
That's different. I've never come across that one before.
It'd be fun. I got to find out all these. You don't need a lot of paint. You just need about 30.
30?
Yeah.
So not many then.
Yeah, that's a paint required. And even then you got to do a bit of mix and match as well. You've got to do a bit of mixing.
Because the Tamiya range doesn't, it's all encompassing on some of them.
Yeah.
You can't use any existing colours you have. You don't necessarily buy everything from scratch.
The thing I find annoying about Tamiya paints is that absolutely none of their bottled range match any of the aerosol paints.
I thought that was strange too. One day I was thinking about using a particular paint in their bottle range, and I went looking for it, and they don't sell it in the rattle can, which is strange. But and then you're off to the tank thing soon. When's that?
That's June. That's the end.
Oh, it's June. Sorry, I thought it was sooner than that.
So, well, I'm going to start saving up now because it's going to cost me. We're not going in the same motel because the same motel is not. It's not. It's gone down a bit hill last time I went, so I'm going to the Premier Inn.
Well, you can't. They have a standard they stick to, yeah. So.
But also, it's a bit more close to the station because the hotel I stayed in was in like half. It was like 2 miles away from the station.
And do I remember from the last time you walked back with this many kits?
Yeah.
So not confused at all. Okay. Well, we look forward to coverage of that. You did coverage the last time.
Yeah. Well, next weekend I'm doing a show. I'm at the Lincolnshire Life Museum, which they organise a model show. It's one of these paid events they have. Airfix weekend they call it.
You're entering something.
It's not a competition. It's more of like a display of models. So we've got some people from Newark and everywhere coming. I've tried to talk Mark into displaying some of his works, but if he can get the time off, he'll.
Well, if you can take any pictures, be interested in seeing some photographs up on the Facebook page or Google Plus page.
Yeah. I try not to post too much on my Facebook page due to because people at work tend to look at it, so I can't post.
Yeah. I know.
I do keep my comments a bit.
Don't be ashamed of what you do. You're entitled to be a modeler.
Yes.
It's more. It's not to do with modelers. It's not to do with models sometimes. So.
Oh yeah, but I mean, it's like.
No, it's a. Well, just thinking. It's with what's been going on in the news, everybody can get biased for what they post on social media or something like that because it upsets somebody. Because we're a public business, it's a bit hard to.
I shouldn't. It's like it's when I post pictures like this on my page. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah. It's probably turn around a bit. Is it showing up at all?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my latest cosplay acquisition recently. So I'm not ashamed to be a Trekkie. I shall go out on the streets and shout it from the rooftops. I thank you for the moment then, Wayne.
Oh, it's at the minute I'm not going to get any more kits or else I'll go to Peterborough show. I've got to just try and muddle through what I've got.
We believe you. We believe you.
Millions won't.
we all say the same thing, and then next week we come back with more. I know.
Oh no, because I need the money for travel expenses for the Lincoln.
Yeah, but you go to another show and there'll be another carrot dandled in front of you, and you can't pass it up.
It's not a show because there's no traders at this event. It's an event by the museum, so it's not organised. There's going to be no trade. There's no people selling the wares.
It's not worth doing that.
It's more of a money raising thing for the museum itself.
Well, I'm hopeful that there maybe is a few more modelers about now, since I don't know if Phil or Randall purchased the Daily Mail last Saturday.
I did.
I
got the model kit, and I did.
Yeah, for the guys in America, the Daily Mail is sort of it's a newspaper, but it's got a political viewpoint that most people maybe think, I'm not buying that rubbish. But last week they were doing this as a free gift.
Yeah. Bribery.
that sells at £9.99, £10.
Yeah, but but a lot of I went to WH Smith's and there's a lot of kids in there. A nice mixture of kids were getting the Spitfire with the parents and grandparents.
Yeah. And even when I went to the shop to get a copy, the girl thought, "Is this for your son or your grandchild?" And I thought, "No, it's for me." So I decided to get two of them.
Yeah.
Just at the factory, I had about 2 copies of the paper.
While they didn't have any when I went.
You see, I was over at 9:15 in the morning, Phil.
Yeah.
Before I posted it on the Facebook page to make sure there was some left. But no, it's a nice idea. I don't know what effect it would have, whether it would get anyone that was sitting modelling that maybe hasn't.
I don't know if anybody can see that, but that's how far I got on that Spitfire.
That's the same kit, yeah.
Yeah, I won't go use the Airfix stuff paints because they're a bit.
It's the I don't again. It comes as a kit.
A bit optimistic as to the coverage of those little pots of paint you get.
This is what they give you. So it's these little silly and an enormous
like...
tube of glue. There's no brush. You can't paint it. There's no brush.
I got a brush in mine.
You didn't get a brush? I got one.
I didn't get a brush.
So, Liam, do you think that there was anybody disappointed when they advertised there'd be a sexy model inside the newspaper?
I dare say yes. I dare say it would be. And it's not an old kit. It's one of the new ones, I think, Grant, wasn't that right? One of the so it's actually a very nice kit. But
I know. Was it page 3, page 6?
Page 3 was the thing. Page 3 models.
It's famous for their models.
Yes. No, different kind. It's like the old.
Somebody missed the memo on that.
I'm going out to the garage to work on my model. And take on different connotations.
Equal amounts of plastic, I'm sure.
If the last time we were here, I talked about something I couldn't talk about, but since then, hold on, I'll switch and show you. Since then, he's actually put it on Facebook.
Wow.
Hold on. I know. I don't know if you can see that now.
Who's building that beauty?
Wow.
It's Daniel Beck, who lives in Germany and runs Helios Models and Lighting, had shown me previews of this, and it's a 6 foot 1701D.
Yeah.
And it will be available as a kit, Lou.
Yeah. Okay.
So that gives you an idea. That's the standard AMD or not the
it's as big as the commercial kit.
So the little piece at the top that you see in the center here is this size in the 6 foot model.
Yeah, you really got to have your own room for that.
Yeah, that's back to this. So
you'd be building a new room for that, Lou?
Yeah. So
no, it's beautiful. I've never been that big a fan of the D, but that's beautiful.
It's done by. Hold on, if I get.
I'd build just that much of it, just that bridge.
Yeah. There's this is how it's been done. He has a friend who basically does the 3D print. Then all of the internal support stuff's taken out. The whole thing's smoothed. We see. So it looks much smoother there.
Right.
And then he's making 3D resin copies of it. So and then if you look at things like this are insane. This is the chairs.
Beauty.
So it will be available. I don't know. He has no estimate yet on cost, but it's one of those ones I think he'll sell.
Well, I would build just the bridge module.
Yeah, so that's the bridge by itself, you see, with the officers and lounge in behind, and obviously the frameworks, the support framework. But it's just, I was just dumbfounded when I saw it initially. The fact that someone's doing, whether he'll do a lot of them, I don't know. But
I like the Fifth Element stones too.
Yeah, he does. He does so much stuff.
It's a shame he's only on Facebook.
No, he has a YouTube channel, Helios Model and Lighting.
I'm writing that down.
That used to belong to me. He needed a Deep Space Nine kit, and I sent it to him. And how long did it take him to build that? which
Right.
yes,
Helios.
Yeah.
2 weeks.
Oh man.
He is an incredible modeler, but and he's done so much stuff. He's sort of he's got a whole series of pictures on the construction. You can join Facebook without doing too much. Lou, you can join it without.
I don't want the Russians knowing where I am.
No, well, there you go. And you can see the sort of stuff he's done, all of the Star Destroyer stuff. And so on in the past. But that's just an example of where he is. And just when I saw it, I thought initially he wasn't sure about putting it online because he was worried about too much.
Well, yeah, you don't want the wrath of Paramount coming down.
Yes, exactly. But he's happy enough to put it up now. And I think they're on about doing maybe 10 or 12 of them as kits. But price-wise, I don't know. But I think they'll just fly off the shelf. But that's just an incredible example of where someone is. The other thing that came up, I don't know if you remember way back in a long time ago, I spoke to a guy, Richard, and his name's gone out of my head, is a French guy who was doing lighting kits for aircraft, magic scale modeling. They've actually done now, he's joined with, I'll do this again, just do another share. They've joined with Revell. What they're doing is they're selling Revell kits now with his lighting sets in them.
Wow.
These are examples of some of the stuff, but I'll just show you a gallery of. And what it is, it's I suppose show this. Maybe show this, but fair do this a bit big. So basically, they sell a kit now with when you press the start button, the cockpit light will come on, the navigation lights will come on, then the landing light perhaps. With that one, obviously, you've also got a motor for the propeller. Perhaps some people probably think it's corny.
The guns
gives an animation to the. Sorry, Randall.
The guns are flashing too.
Yes, I know. And then he's done. That's that one. I built at one stage the. Show me the full size. Not going to show me the full size. Oh, sorry. Let me close the window again. That one, the cigarette lights up. That's silly, perhaps, but it's an example of the type of lighting kits are doing. There's a whole series of stuff. Back to this one. Mostly aircraft, but he's doing Star Wars stuff as well. If we go back to the shop side of things. So he does the sort of it's not the world's greatest website, but he's getting it. So this is the Revell stuff where they've joined with Revell and this existing Revell kits, and they've added on their electronics. And why is the page isn't loading? Hold on, just see. Nope, it's not coming up the way I want it. Yeah, so that's the ones they're doing. So they're doing these 32nd scale kits with the propeller, with the landing lights, with the navigation lights, with a cockpit light, and they don't mention the guns. The guns were strange. Randall, that was on that Spitfire, but don't seem to mention the guns in the new ones.
Now, are they internal batteries, or they run out to a wall wart?
They've a choice. It runs on 4 1.5 volt AAAs.
Okay.
So the idea is you can either use.
I would imagine planes. You almost want to have a plane with internal power.
It's how you run that. I mean, that's the problem. Would be how you'd run the cable down.
Yeah, yeah.
Some smart person would probably put it as contacts on the wheels or something. To put it down in contacts that way. But it's a nice idea. It gives you that lifelike effect.
Yeah.
On the mud. He's done interviews with Phil Flory on Flory Models, which is on YouTube. And they take you through the whole process of. It's a tiny little board about this big. Got a color-coded system, so there's no way you can make mistakes. The little motors, are minute, the little driver motors for the propeller. But I thought it was interesting. He's in Europe as well, which is to our advantage in that we don't have the problem of postage costs and customs and so on. And it has a 14-day return policy, so if you don't like it, send it back and they refund the full cost, which I thought was incredible these days. But so it's magic scale modeling. If you're looking for anything different, anything like that. It has some Star Wars stuff and space kits there too, which have different lights on them, but worth a check out. Anybody else? Anything they want to talk about? Oh, there's
I don't know what everybody's thoughts on
tiny motor, which I'm not seeing at the moment.
Oh, those little pager motors, yeah.
What is that? Is that from them or from somewhere else, Phil?
Somewhere else. I just bought that because I was going to incorporate that into. There was one thing you going back to the Spitfires about not getting the on. I already had built a couple of those. I just wanted to. This was a couple of years ago. I built these for
the same kit
diorama, and these are the same kit. It was ever so nice, that Mark 1 Spitfire. Do much modification at all. I didn't do any, actually. I think they were pretty much out the box, apart from deflecting the controls.
And in flight mode as well. Yeah,
so, yeah, they're in flight mode because they were actually attacking a Dornier, and that was when I was building up the Dornier.
I have noticed this week on eBay there's quite a few of them for sale. But that's so what they've had them from the papers and then stuck them on eBay for sale. Yeah, trying because they got them for nothing and then they're trying to make £5-6 whatever for them. But for, even at £10, it's a nice kit. Getting it for nothing is superb. So it's something else too.
Getting it from nothing is priceless.
Yes, always the way. Blue, definitely always.
Yeah.
Yes, Wayne.
I'll just say it's ridiculous in how much some of the Dragon kits are going for now.
Why is there a change?
It's like some of the newer kits. It's like £70-80 for a 135 tank now.
Yeah, because when you see the prices that the Revell kits sell for here, you're getting 1/32 scale Revell kits for £20 on Amazon. Mostly aircraft, I know, but it's.
Yeah, I just see some of this armor. It's cheaper for me to get the tank and the conversion kit for the same vehicle. Than the actual model kit.
Yeah, and and the Dragon kits are basically they start with one kit and then they sell a load of different versions of it. Yeah.
It's like that Panther Cologne anti-aircraft. I got the conversion kit. I just need the Panther chassis for it now. But it's cheaper for me to get the actual tank, separate model tank, and separate conversion kit for them now.
Right, and it's again more expensive. Well, you can build up to it. You can buy the kit, then buy the add-ons rather than having to pay out the £80 a month fell swoop.
Yeah, but if you do order them from China, you have to wait a month or so just to get the actual kit as well.
Right. I know Veteranus models on Facebook. Sorry to mention Facebook again. Veteranus models on Facebook. Some of their prices are incredible. You could always ask them, Wayne, what they would sell it for. You may find that they will do it a lot cheaper than most other suppliers. It's Nikki Ward on Facebook. Just search for VETERANUS and just see that for anything. That's where I got that. Did I show the Fischler Start the last time we were on? Can't remember. It's another one of those models I wanted over the years. Hold on. Sorry, just awkward with these headphones. I don't know if I showed that the last time we were on. This thing.
Oh, the storage.
Yeah, that was only $22.50 from Veteranus. Where anywhere else I've looked is $35. Nice kit, nice model. Oh, say nothing. Someone's just joined us. Hold on a second. Is he joining us? He is joining us.
Jamie.
He is there. Yes. Good afternoon, Mr. Shiner.
Good evening.
But that's again one of those models I want to build, but again it's not. It's just another one to add on to this pile up here. But we'll get there. Hi JB, how's life?
Okay, a bit of a cold. I get most people have got these days.
At least you turned up. A certain Mr. Lazenby said I can't be there because I've got a cold.
No, I've turned up. I always turn up.
There you go. Well, again, any better state of mind than you were the last time? I noticed something isn't in the background. Does it mean it's gone into orbit, or?
No, it's just downstairs. It's just on the side.
You didn't get started with the. I know Steve Smith had a similar issue.
No, yeah, but his was just the back of the strobes like I had.
Right.
So there's definitely something going on there with that board.
What wiring are you? What type of wires are you using for the wiring in it?
It's normal wiring.
Just the normal sort of I think an example of no this sort of thickness of stuff. Sorry, I can't present. One second. Bear with me. This sort of thickness of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. What I was saying was the problem I've been having with this smaller scale model was I started using this stuff instead.
Oh, the wire wrap wire, yeah.
And it does exactly the same job, you know. And it's okay. It's a lot finer. A lot finer.
I mean, I've used that on the hanger bay.
But why not use it for the whole thing?
No, just there's no room there. There was no room there to use it to wire.
Well, just to save on space, because maybe the problem is putting so much in a confined space or something. I don't know, but
I don't know. But you know, 1 minute everything was working, but those strobes at the back, and then the next thing, none of it works, and I'm just not prepared to crack it open. I'm just going to sell it on as it is, just a basic model, because it's a good model. There's nothing wrong with the model. It just doesn't light up anymore. But the actual build itself is fine, you know. I mean, it's. I've done a really good job on it, but I want one.
Sorry,
I want one that lights up to go on my base. So, you know, I'll just take the loss, get where I can for this one, and buy another one.
Are you doing something else then at the minute to try and get your?
Not at this specific moment. I've kind of lost my mojo a little bit, but
Randall took it.
But I have been watching you, Lou, on your build of the that new ship,
the Franklin.
The Franklin. Are you doing a full mass set for that?
Yes.
It's all right. I've ordered the Franklin. So when it's on general release, I'm going to have a crack at that. That's why I've been following your build on that, because I'm very, very interested in it. And you come up with a few useful tips with the build on that, and I was quite enjoying your videos.
Thank you. It's very well designed. I went on at some length in the last video about how well the pylons or the warp nacelles fit on the pylons, so you don't get any of the wobble or the warp or the
NX01 problem.
Yeah, the NX01 problem or the refit problem, or even the classic Enterprise problem where you're trying to balance everything on that tiny pylon top there.
Yeah, I was just going on about Ralph's doing a board for it, hasn't he?
Yes, we're working on that now.
Yeah, it is possible to get the spinners to spin, you know.
Yeah, the spinner does spin. There is a speed switch on there that I have not wired up yet.
No, I'm on about the actual inside of the dome things. You could get them.
You can if you want. I mean, if you want to add a motor to them, you could. But I don't really think it's necessary because there's 3 sets of blades in there, if you can believe it.
Yeah, no, I've seen them, yeah.
And by the time you put the light going behind it, I think it's going to give the effect that you want.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying it as an option, but that thing that Ralph's come up with is pretty neat. It looks pretty good.
Yeah, and even an idiot like me can figure it out, so it can't be too tough.
No. So,
well, you agreed too quickly there.
I shall be having a set of those masks off you, Lou, especially like the ones you've done for the windows.
Yeah, the windows are neat on this one. It's got like a heavy windowsill around them. It's the windows themselves are more primitive looking than something sleek and shiny like the refit, where it's
but it'd be nice to have a mask that you can completely put on the windows. Which sometimes when you get them, they don't exactly fit onto the windows.
Yeah, well, there's just a lot of little tiny shapes you have to cut.
Yeah.
That.
But going back to builds, I've got a commission job to do with that submarine, so I might do that, but not for a while. I'm taking a few weeks out because the Enterprise knocked me back a bit because I worked really hard on that. So it's give me a bit of a knock on my wanting to do lighting, but I'm not going to give up on it, and I am going to get another Enterprise and another lighting kit, but it's going to be a little while. Yeah, I need a break from it because when you've worked so hard on one of those big ships,
you need a rebound model.
Yeah, I'm just going to.
What about a Band-Aid kit? Literally a kit that clips together as.
Yeah, get a bit. That name you can't mention.
Sorry, actually,
Yeah.
I'm just.
He lets a spoiler out.
I might just. I've still got the Christmas build of the Reliant to do, but I might just build that as a kit and not light it, just to go back to what I used to do years ago and just build a kit for the sake of building the kit. But
your lover done you wrong, so you need a rebound.
Yeah, basically. So no, I haven't got anything on the bench at the moment, and it's just a little bit of a loo I'm going through, but I'll bounce back. It just means that when I finally get to do my Enterprise next time, there's a lot of lessons I've learned from
every kit we build. You learn something. You think, well, why didn't I do that the last time? Or, oh, that's a quick way to do it. Or that's a nice technique. Or we watch a Lou video or
video, especially with the lighting. I mean, I've learned a lot with the lighting in the Enterprise. What not and where to go with it. So next time it'll kind of be a little bit easier because I know the pitfalls I've gone through with it. And touch wood, it will go right next time.
Well, it's true what they say. Failure is the best teacher.
Oh, God, yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, though, it's like I said to you, especially if people are going to watch this on the rerun. Like most of you, I've got years and years of experience of building, painting, not many years in lighting, but we all get knockbacks. And the thing is, it's a bit like you've got to pull yourself through this and get on with it. Because if you don't and you give up on it, then there's no point.
Not where you want to go. I mean, we've all had bumps in the road, but it's to get back on a bicycle and get back cycling again. That's the point of it. So, we all sympathise, Jamie, because I mean the incredible amount of work you put into it. It's just so frustrating when it happens. But then you'll be 6 months from now, you look back at it and say, anybody else want to raise any points here today?
The only thing that's ongoing, I don't know what your opinions are on the Hobbyco situation.
Don't know what effect it'll have on us over here. I know it's a bit like the equivalent here would be Amarang. I think Amarang's the distributor.
Well, you got Revell of Germany, which belongs to them.
But from what I read, Revell of Germany was not going to be affected by it.
I thought it was still an independent company because it was, Revell USA and Revell Germany were two separate companies. So
there was something was posted by Revell of Germany to the effect. I think even Revell in general, the effect that they were going to soldier on, as it were.
I thought I saw something posted similar on Hobby Talk about that.
It's a worrying thing. Where I know. When I talk about Amarang and Airfix and all that type of thing in the UK, and Hornby, who are the trained people, they're all part of the same group.
Yeah.
The problem is one of them can be very, very profitable, doing fine and not having an issue. But the other part can be a disaster and draining money, like bleeding it from a company. And that can bring down everything. And that's what we're. I mean, it's things like, doing that as a free gift in when I know my local. Where we bought the paper, the newsagents had about 50 kits. So if that's duplicated through every store in the UK, it's obviously cost an awful lot of money. And they see it as a promotional thing. But Airfix, I think, are coming back. They're starting to get to the stage where they realise now that their quality of the kits is improved beyond all recognition. but they still seem to have a difficulty in the market they're aiming at. I still think they're aiming at kids.
There's other companies that have done similar things. I know Bandai's done something similar too, with some model magazines. They've put kits in. There's another model magazine, ABC Models or something like that. They're another one that sometimes they have kits that are included.
Normally with that newspaper, the promotion is a little Lego kit, a little Lego thing with 9 parts in it or something, which cost them nothing.
Yeah.
The amount of cost that was involved in that must have been incredible. But the Hobbyco thing, I thought, Lou, they were just a distributor. I didn't think they were, the parent company. I thought they just brought everything in and distributed it. That's what I understood, but maybe I picked it up wrong.
No, they're a parent company for.
Yeah, they've got their own brands of things.
Yeah.
Right.
But you have to wonder if it's not one of these deals where companies buy up smaller companies and then they get so big that they have to start divesting some of those smaller companies to tear them off. It's
like the whole thing with Polar Lights buying. Polar Lights obviously have bought the molds for whatever number of kits. So that there may be something that might develop, and then our distributor may come in to buy up the stock.
Or they might find out that they're more profitable on their own. Yeah,
but it's having a niche market seems to be the way to go to try and do everything.
Yeah,
it just doesn't work. But no, it's worrying. But I don't know if anyone else gets the impression. I think the hobby is growing in our age group. Certainly, people coming back to it and buying kits and starting to get into it. But it's a younger age group. There's just no one interested anymore in.
The younger generation rather play with their Xbox and.
I think, Liam, I think a lot of it's to do with, especially for the kids. I know it's all a lot easier now with the buy and click together, but even if you're a kid and an adult, you do one of those kits, and it's like you get it's like a non-achieving sense of. I always get a feeling like, is that it? I don't get any, like I've done something. It's just like I've just followed the instructions and put it together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think some of the kids must feel like that. And I think this is what's ruining a lot of the modelling. I mean, when I was a kid, you never had anything like that. You brought a Spitfire. You had to glue it together and build the kit. And that gave you the want to, if you messed it up, to do another one or do something else.
Yeah, well, with me, it sort of it gave me an interest in the Battle of Britain and stuff like that, and then World War II and everything associated with that. And you can sit reading about that stuff.
The point I'm making, though, Liam, is the fact that with these click together sets, I don't think it gives the kids inspiration to build. I think it does the opposite. I think they build.
It's just a quick throw together, and then they're done with it, and like
building so from Lego, but then Lego you can take it apart and build something different.
Yeah, but Lego's these days are so specialized that they're basically a one kit build.
Yeah. And once they built them, the fun's gone, so they don't think, well, I'm going to get another kit to bore me.
But you could also think of it as a gateway drug, because if they get a thrill out of building something, then they might take the challenge of building something more difficult.
Yeah, but
that was my point about
the secret is in having interesting enough subjects.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. That you have to have a subject that.
If kids want to build kits of video game characters, then make models of video game characters.
Yeah, that's why anime is so popular, I suppose.
Exactly. I think there's obviously a dying market for World War II stuff. I mean, that's only going to be so interesting for a certain segment of the population for so long.
But that's why the popularity of the Gundam models.
Exactly. You see the Gundams, or you see subjects from anime, or you see, currently Star Wars kits, things like that. You're just never going to have the market for the Titanic that you used to have, or for a U-boat that you used to have.
And that's why probably the cost involved in just getting
right.
You must guarantee how many you're going to sell.
Right, and it's a specialized. I mean, it's becoming a dwindling market for some subjects. But if somebody's out there that's savvy enough to say, hey, there's a new Star Wars model or movie coming out, 6 months, and we've got a model of this brand new ship, and we can have it on the shelves the day the movie hits. That you got to take advantage of when the popularity is there, not 6 months later. Oh, and here's a kit from the movie last year that it turns out nobody liked.
Everyone's forgotten about it now. Yeah,
that's the problem with the Star Trek stuff. The Star Trek
it moved on to the next thing. Yeah. Well, that is a problem with Star Trek models. I mean, people are always going to want to buy an Enterprise for a little bit while longer, and then eventually that subject is going to wane, and it's going to be whatever the new movie, the new Iron Man, or the new movie that's coming out next week is going to generate.
Well, it'll be something to keep an eye on, because presumably, again, if Hobbyco do whatever it ends up doing, it'll affect obviously kits that we get here in the UK as well. I mean, because a lot of the stuff would come in that way.
Lou, I'd like to have a bit of a disagreement with you there. When you touched on the subject of the Enterprise and the model kits, that model kit has been going since way back in the 60s. It's now.
Well, yeah, but I mean, look how long World War II kits have been down.
Yeah, but they're always going to build an Enterprise. It's an iconic ship.
From your lips to God's ears, but it's like I say, that's an evergreen kit.
No.
Spitfires. I mean,
yes, that's another one.
Spitfire sell.
Spitfires, and you'll see, but it's not every plane that ever flew. It's like it dwindles down to one or two or three or four iconic planes.
Is there an equivalent aircraft in the US?
Mustang,
B-52 bomber.
Yeah.
Memphis Belle.
Spirit of St. Louis, pioneering things like that.
Yeah.
Wright Flyer. Apollo. I think Apollo 11 kits will always sell.
Yeah, historical something. You were going to ask Lou something, Wayne?
Yeah, I was just saying. About the young kids getting into the kit models. I think depending on where they are, if it's something they're interested in, they'll take it up. It's like Tank Fest. You got the kids go there for the World of Tanks video game, and then sometimes they'll walk over to the model stores and walk off with a 70-second tank or something like that. Actually, 2 years ago, I bought my purchases, and there's waiting at a station to go back, and there's this 15-year-old from Seattle. He started talking to me. He's asking what kits I got and all that stuff. I said I just showed him what I've got, and he wants to know where I can get. He wants to know where I can get.
There are kids that are interested. It's just not as many, and that's the problem. Perhaps it's going to have to be it will be a very narrow market.
Whereas it's just like I said. Sorry.
That's okay. It's like when we were all 10 or 11 or 12.
Yeah.
Probably every boy built a model kit.
Yeah.
Or the vast majority of them. Now it would be an exception rather than.
Well, you could get them everywhere.
There were fewer.
Get them at a corner store and everything else, a drugstore.
Even the local the bookshop where I got this they used to keep Airfix kits up until recently. They've stopped doing it again because they weren't selling, taking up shelf space. Get rid of it. It's not worth it. So that's the way thing. Everything's done by mail order now. So
every chain store had a toy section that had models in it, and now you're hard pressed to find anything that's not a hobby shop that's still carrying models.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Aldi.
Well, that's if you have an Aldi. Yes, I know. But
that's if you have an Aldi. We don't have an Aldi at our side of the.
We have Aldis in the States, but they're grocery stores.
Yeah, well, this is what the Aldi is here. It sells all these art.
One more thing is that in this country you have to be like they won't say anything sharp or with a solvent based if you're under 16 or 18 now as well. So you have to go along with a parent who will probably have to drag.
And gluing because it'd be glue snuffing and stuff like this.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah,
I
it's
know.
Oh, you have to have,
if you like it.
a note from Congress to buy spray cans here.
This, and you wonder why they could say the model making is dying.
Quite fit there, way. I hardly heard that time.
Oh, this it's stupid rules. Even we had in Skegness, we had a little shop that sold the model, some of the airfix kits, some of the railway model trains and stuff. That's shut down now.
Yeah, and Randall and I have lost. We've lost the local one too in Belfast. It's gone. Just wasn't selling enough stuff. So it's all made order. Everything's made order.
Yeah.
You don't need to prove you're 18 then, which is one advantage.
Yeah.
So it's,
Yeah.
If, it's sorry. Someone asked a question.
I just want to ask Lou something. Lou, how far off are you from doing those Franklin masking sets?
For Franklin, I'll have them done before the kit hits the shelves.
Okay. Saves me sending you an email. When you've finished off the Franklin kit, right? Can you post me a complete set for the Enterprise and a complete set for the Franklin, and then bill me on PayPal?
Sure.
Thank you.
The TOS Enterprise?
Yeah.
Okay.
10% commission goes to Amazing Skin.
Yeah, I want the yeah, because I did like your mask for that tossed bit that you sent me. So I want to totally get rid of the decals and use the masks for the whole ship.
Keep the decals for those tiny hull numbers.
Yeah. But I mean,
I can't possibly do anything that small.
No, but it's like the stripes and everything.
Yeah. I can do that.
It does make a huge difference to the finish. There's no question.
Oh God, yeah. So yeah, do me one of those and a complete set for the Franklin, will you? And then let me know how much, and then just bill me.
Quite a few people do them for aircraft models as well. They use masks now rather than, but again, it's a lot more work. But
yeah, I'm just saying, Liam. When I use Lou's masks for the registration on the TOS, when I originally put the decal on, it looked fine, but you still got that little bit of a film on top, even when you put the finishing coat on.
Yeah.
When I put Lou's mask on and sprayed it, it was like it was just on the model. It was absolutely bang on.
No depth to it as well, so it looks as it should. Yeah.
Yeah, and there's no after spray on there. There was no little bits missing, and it peeled off brilliantly. It didn't pull anything up and anything. Whatever you're using mask, you're doing there, Lou. You're doing really, really well with it.
Thank you.
It didn't even touch any of my paint when I pulled them off.
How long did you leave it on?
I sprayed it on the night time. I went to work and pulled it off in the afternoon.
Okay, so you left it on overnight.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, must be okay then.
Yeah, I didn't have a problem at all. It came off like a dream.
It's
that's what I want to hear.
We've been here for almost 2 hours now. I think we've covered a lot of subjects today. Hope everyone enjoyed the broadcast. I'll hand back to our illustrious leader for tomorrow night's hangout at I don't know what time is it in the US. It takes place.
Well, it's at 7 o'clock Eastern.
7 o'clock Eastern. So hopefully you'll all join in at that stage as well. It's 12 o'clock midnight for me, so I'll be in my bed. I'm working Monday, but I'm sure maybe Randall will turn up and show his face. But there you go. So it's thanks to Wayne's gone. Thanks to Wayne for popping in. Thanks to Bob for being here. James, as always. Jamie, thanks for showing your face. Lou, the master of masks. Phil for popping in, and to Randall. And I hope you all enjoyed today's broadcast. Thanks, guys.
Good day.
All right.